We hate Louisville, and we're going to tell you why on today's episode of the Wildcats Today Podcast. I'm your host, Andrew Stefaniak, writer over at Kentucky Wildcats on SI. I once again, with all due respect to Louisville, we're gonna say some good things about Louisville today. We're gonna talk a lot of positives about their great university, and all of their success. So that's the plan for today. Not really. We're going to make fun of them for 20 minutes. Okay, Carson, how are we feeling, baby? Let's go.
Yeah. So, hey, if you're like me and you love Kentucky and you hate Louisville, drop a subscribe. Just hit that subscribe button because you're one of us, right?
Yep.
You just absolutely love throwing these down. It helps us out. We're getting close to 2,000. We'd really love to hit that goal. Again, we love bringing you this content, and we love making fun of the Cardinals. So we're going to continue to do all of those things. So it just shows that you also enjoy the content as well. So thank you.
Yeah. I have a good story for you, Carson, that I think our viewers will like. They won't fully understand the Coldplay concert joke from yesterday, but so Mike gets home, and I'm like, you got blasted on Wildcats today, and he goes, oh, he goes, really? He goes, oh, I thought you were joking about Boff with the Coldplay concert. I went, no, that was you that got made fun of. That was you that got made fun of with the Coldplay concert. It would take 5 minutes to explain what that means. Do we have an appropriate, easier way to explain it? Let's just say he was not watching the game with the boys for a sad, sorry reason. JK lol. But Carson, we're going to make fun of Louisville. We're going to make a ton of fun of Louisville. We're going to have a good time doing that. But I'll tell you this, and I think we're going to win. We're the better basketball team, but we got to go handle business in this game. There's no time to joke around. I think Coach Pope understands the importance of this ball game. I think his players do. Kobe Bryant talked about it. I think the Cats are ready for this game, but I also think the Cardinals are ready for this game as well. So I want to share this quote from
one of my favorite quotes because I think it has a lot to do with a lot of teams' successes recently.
It's okay, but I'll be honest with you, and we need to talk about this. And if you're a Louisville fan, like all four of you, I want to hear your opinion on this. So I just don't. This quote from Terrence Edwards from Louisville. So I'm just going to read it and explain my thoughts on it. We ready just to go into a big rivalry game. All of us committed for this game. Some of us came here just to play against Kentucky. I don't. Louisville might win tomorrow. God forbid. You never know. They might. Like, that could happen. The crazier things have happened. But I will tell you this. That quote to me, how do you say that, Carson? How do you say that? If you're a Louisville fan, you have to be pissed about that. I mean,
it just shows, like, it validates all the Kentucky's, oh, we're your Super Bowl. We say it all the time because, I mean, we're the gold standard. But a player from your rival saying that looks very little brother-ish, in my opinion.
It does. I mean, like, seriously, like, that's a bigger than basketball type of thing. Like, to me, that's just, like, sad to say, man. Like, why?
Why did Otega Oweh come to Kentucky, Andrew?
He came to Kentucky to play for Kentucky.
And to win a banner. That's what they say. We don't come to play against Louisville. We come to win a banner.
No, it's the most historic. Program in college basketball history. I'm serious. Like, we're going to break down this basketball game. Of course, we'll talk about where Kentucky can win and different factors there. But seriously, that to me was just sad, man. Like, I'm serious. If I'm a Louisville fan, I'm mad. That's disrespectful to a program in Louisville that has had some success. I mean, they've done some things over their years.
Yeah, I mean, they won a national championship.
Yeah,
in 2013.
Yeah,
with Mr. Rick Pitino.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like it's not like they're a completely nothing program. They've done some things. And so it's like, I don't know how you can come in. And that's one of the crazier things I've ever read in my entire life. When I saw that, and I was like, I just can't wait to write an article about this. Thank you, Mr. Edwards. That makes my day. And then, so seriously, I find that crazy. Kentucky fans, let us know in the YouTube comments, like, what are thoughts on that quote there from Louisville's probably second best player, if not best player. But another thing I'm excited about is the Pryor versus Kirk Risa like wheelchair battle of crap talking.
They're gonna be throwing
Did you
punches
see that
on the sideline. Yes,
yeah. Whoever tweeted that, and I forget who it was. Great tweet.
Great tweet.
Pryor is kind of the crap talker of their team, and Kirk Risa is the crap talker of our team, and they're both out this game with injuries. And it was like two people like battling on wheelchairs, and I'm like, that's awesome. That's great.
Yeah, you got to watch for that. That might actually happen.
Yeah, it really could. I mean, I could see Kirk Risa get up with a crutch and just. But so early thoughts, Carson. What does Kentucky have to do to win this basketball game?
I think it sounds very cliche, but just be Kentucky. I mean, I think your team is just better than they are. If you play your game and don't get behind early, I know we've struggled with that in some of our bigger games.
Yes.
Don't leave that gap. Don't be down by 7 at halftime, right? Step on their throats early and come out and just continuously pound them inside, because I don't think physicality-wise, I don't think they can hang with us at all.
Yeah. I mean, you look at this Louisville team and you look at our team. This is our first Rupp Saturday of the year. We haven't played anybody, great at Rupp Arena yet. We've obviously played our tough games away. We've played at Clemson, lost that one, beat Gonzaga, beat Duke. We haven't played a serious, legit game yet. And this one's going to be fun. I'm going to be in there. Carson, you're going to be in there. This is going to be a fun. Bad news for the Zebras is Carson Nash is going to be within earshot.
And even worse news, both Nash brothers will be.
That is true.
There. That's horrible.
I'd be more worried about Jake because, I mean, he's a brick crap house. I mean, I wouldn't want to piss him off if I'm a Zebra. This is just one of those games to me. We're going to talk about the X's and O's of it, but I just think you have to understand the importance of it to this state. We are better than them. Louisville's a fine team. They're going to do fine in SEC play. I bet they sneak into the tournament as one of the last teams. They're okay. You don't think so? They are banged up.
It's going to be interesting. That's all I'm going to say.
They'll be in the conversation. How about that? Is that fair? They'll be in the conversation. Now, luckily for them, the ACC, as the SEC proved, which we don't have a ton of room to talk because we're one of two teams that lost, but the ACC is awful. So I look at this game and I just think you need to understand the importance of it for this state. You need to understand the importance of it. You need to go win this damn game. You're better than them. They're solid. They're okay. You're better than them.
Here's my thing. It's a rivalry game. I don't think that's going to be an issue for us at all. Mark Pope hates the Louisville Cardinals. I know Mark Pope hates the Louisville Cardinals because that was when he played. It was even more of a rivalry than it is now. Nowadays, Louisville, we're 39-17 against them. They have a worse tournament resume the past 5 years than Colgate. So, I mean, if you're looking at it that way, it's not as much a rivalry nowadays as it was back then. So I know Mark Pope's going to get his guys fired up.
Yeah. Okay. Very simple here. Let them, drum roll, shoot the three ball. They're shooting 27% as a team from three. They are, Hepburn's shooting 32.6%. Edwards is shooting 26%. Let them, Pryor, who isn't playing, was shooting 15% from three. That's impressive. Do not let them kill you inside. Force them to shoot the three ball. Get a real presence inside. Make it difficult for them to score around the rim to where their shots are pull-up jump shots and threes because they're not going to beat you that way. No. So that is the number one thing to me. They also turn the basketball over 13 times a game, and they only assist they average 13.5 assists per game. So. Man, I keep looking at these numbers and I'm just like, yeah. But those are two quick keys to me. So knowing that, Carson, knowing you want them to shoot the three ball. Now, I'm not saying leave them wide open. They're still Division I basketball players. I mean, obviously make them tough threes, but I'd rather them shoot threes than layups. I mean, that's obviously not rocket science, but it's true. Who are knowing these numbers, Carson, these stats here, what players do you want to see kind of step up in this game for Kentucky?
Well, I think it starts on defense, honestly. I think forcing turnovers early to build your early lead will be crucial. I'm definitely looking and hoping that Lamont comes back in place because I think he could be an X factor. I mean, if you turn the ball over that many times a game, good luck with the best defensive guard in the country. But I think Amari Williams is going to be great. I think Lamont, if he plays, is going to be great. I think Otega. I just really think it starts on the defensive end. Let your defense create offense because you know what your offense can do. And if shots are falling, you know, and then you're on track for a big game.
Yeah, I agree with you. I really want Lamont to play. I really want Lamont Butler to play in this game, here's the deal. If it's a sprained ankle or a turned ankle, a lot of people, I mean, I've turned an ankle. Of course, I know you have. I mean, if he's back doing basketball activities, I think he's going to play. If you're healthy enough to do basketball activities, I think he can play.
Yeah.
They might wrap it up. They might tape it up. But I think
he might be on a little minute restriction as well.
Yeah, maybe he'll play 20 instead of 28 or what?
Which is at that point it's fine because if you get 20 minutes out of Lamont, the other minutes you can substitute with Jackson, and then you're fine.
What you have to avoid, and it looks like a lot of people agree with us in the comments, which we hate to have to say, but it's just Travis is just not ready, and you have to avoid that. You need Lamont out there.
Then against Chucky and hit 7 threes.
No, that would be awesome. I would rather win that way than with Lamont, but I don't know that would be insane.
No, I agree with you. Maybe at the end of the game. Who knows?
Yeah. So hopefully at the end of the game. So Lamont Butler, I mean, if I was a betting man right now at this current moment, and obviously I don't really dabble in betting or in any way, shape, or form, but I would bet on Lamont Butler to play in this game. I think he's going to be out there. I think, and yes, maybe he'll be 92% instead of 100, but I think that 92% of Lamont Butler is the best player on their team. And that's kind of true, but
you said you weren't a big gambler. I know a lot of red mile slots that are going to be sad.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Coming from this guy, that's crazy. Coming from, I mean, they call him Mr. Buffalo. That's your resident nickname is Mr. Buffalo. No, I mean, see, if you'd said Hard Rock, I'd have been like, yeah, okay,
that too. We can add that on.
With a red mile.
He has a diverse portfolio.
Oh well, Mom, Dad, turn this off. But that is kind of where I'm looking at this. I think if Lamont plays, we win this double digits. I think if Lamont doesn't play, I still am taking Kentucky, but I think it's going to be a little tighter than we'd all like. I think it's going to be a little stressful. But the other thing we got to remember too is we're at home. Rupp Arena is going to be ready to explode. The first big game at Rupp Arena of the Mark Pope era.
Yeah, here's my thing. Everyone knocks on Rupp for because they're like, oh, it's not that great of an experience, but a big Rupp game's better than any other experience you can possibly have, and I will live and die by that.
Give me a second to talk about that because I'm someone. I've been to a lot of SEC basketball venues for doing stuff at work. I've been to Tennessee. I've been to Auburn. I've been to Vandy, which that's a home game. And then I went to I think that's it. So I'm not a good amount. I've been to a handful of SEC venues, and Tennessee and Auburn are considered two of the best venues in college basketball. So it's actually a pretty good couple to go to. And there's something about Rupp Arena, man. And this isn't like a biased take. I've been there and I've seen it. The people that say Rupp Arena is quiet, just when Rupp Arena gets going, you can't hear. And yes, maybe there's some times where you'd like Rupp Arena to get going where it's not. I agree with you on that. But when it gets going, I think it's unmatched.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. In like a big game environment, like not like Wednesday night against Colgate, I actually thought the crowd was pretty good for the circumstance. But like when it's a big game, when you're playing Louisville or Tennessee or someone of that nature, it's going to be rocking, and you're not going to want to be an opposing team in there.
Yeah, exactly. I think that this game, I think the atmosphere against Louisville on Saturday is going to be really good. Mm-hmm. I'm excited about it.
I am too. I'm stoked.
It's going to be a good time getting in there and watching this ball game and working. But I think you just need your guards to step up in this game big time, because like you said, we know what we have in Andrew Carr and Amari Williams and Brandon Garrison and all that.
Yeah, and I expect Carr to dominate because they missed Kayshawn Pryor. He's out for the season, and I think he would have been the Andrew Carr guy.
Yeah,
and you lose that. I thought he was probably, if not like one of their best players, if not one of the best. I think he was the Andrew Carr of their team, if that makes sense.
He was good, high energy guy, type of guy you don't want playing in a game like that.
So I think Andrew Carr is going to have a field day.
Hate that, knowing he might not have that.
I know. I feel horrible for him too. He's a fifth-year senior, and he was a good player.
Yeah, good player, energy guy. Like we would have hated him.
Oh, yeah.
Like Louisville fans would have hated Kerr. Like
exactly. It would have been good for the rivalry to have them both playing. So that kind of stinks.
That would have been fun. But so it's going to come down to guard play for us. I think that if Lamont plays and he gives us 24 minutes and plays well, and then you're able to do the kind of mix and match at guard, like we talked about yesterday, where, okay, we're going to move Jackson and put Brea in, send Brea back to the bench and bring Lamont in and keep Jackson, kind of run that rotation. We can make it work with that rotation. No question we can make work with that rotation. Without Lamont, it's hard. With Lamont, you can make that rotation work. So my fingers are crossed that Lamont Butler is good. Like the first thing when I get to Rupp Arena tomorrow at like 3:00, and I'm going to go down there and be like, please, Lamont Butler, come outside in sweatpants or in shorts.
I'm guessing we'll probably know before then.
Well, normally we always find out on the Mark Pope show, or the pregame show. But normally, a lot of times, like when we're down there, when the media people are down there, because we get to go in like 2.5 hours before the game, and they're warming up. Like when Garrison didn't play, like we knew that before the Pope show.
Yeah, that's right. You texted that out early.
But he's down there with they're down there in like sweatsuit while everyone else is shooting and stuff, and they're not going to play because they'd be warming up. They're going to play. Yeah. So you just got to hope that it's very simple. If Lamont Butler comes out and shoots around, he's probably going to play. The only time I did see Kirk Kriisa one time come out.
You know who I saw do that a couple times?
Do what?
Like shoot around but never play.
Who?
Shaden Sharp.
Oh, yeah, that's funny.
Sorry to get off topic.
He was just so and it's frustrating how good he is in the NBA now. But
yeah, I know.
Like seriously, that is something I'm. If Lamont, like Kerr did that though, I remember that Kerr came and I hadn't gotten there yet. I was late. I wasn't late to that game, but I got there after warmups, and I guess Kerr was warming up but didn't play. Mm-hmm. But I think that was like a precaution thing. I think that if Lamont is out there warming up, he's going to play. So we'll find out. I'd say about 2 hours to game time. So 3:15, we'll know if Lamont Butler's going to play or not.
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to have high levels of anxiety until that hour of the day. So, but that will be very, very interesting. So that's why, to me, Carson, it's guard play. If the guards play well, I think you win this game.
I agree.
If the guards struggle. The reality is, I don't think Louisville's good, Carson. I don't think they're good. I just don't. And that's
either. That's why I'm so nervous for tomorrow.
Yeah, and now rivalry games. What do we see happen all the time in rivalry?
Yeah, you play up in rivalry games.
Why is the game and the Iron Bowl and the Egg Bowl? Why does Mississippi State keep beating Ole Miss? They're terrible. Like it's rivalries. Louisville's going to show up tomorrow.
Why does Michigan keep beating Ohio State?
Yeah, like did you see they set that rule where you can't
Oh
plant
my
the flag?
goodness. Don't even get me started on the flag plant rule. That is the saddest thing I've ever heard in my life.
I know.
He ought to deserve to lose his job for even attempting to do that.
And what was he, a senator or something?
Yeah, he was.
Boo to him. Boo
Yeah.
to you.
Boo.
Boo to him. No fun rule. No fun rule. Arrest him. Get him out of here. But that's what I'm paying attention to, Carson. If the Cats are able to come out and punch them in the mouth, Louisville's gonna stick around. I just have this feeling it's a rivalry game. It's what's gonna happen. Because now there's a difference. Like last year, Louisville was horrible. And we were, good. And they didn't. Am I remember that they hung around we blew them out, but it was interesting for like a little while.
Yeah, I mean, it always starts out a little interesting, no matter what happens, because everyone's energy at the beginning of the game is crazy, no matter what team.
Yeah.
But you're on Louisville, you're on Kentucky. Their energy is insane.
Yeah.
So it always starts off pretty chippy and pretty close.
So I think the Cats get to win, Carson, but I think this is going to be a more interesting ball game than we expect.
I got a fun question for you.
All right, let's hear it.
What's your favorite memory from the UK Louisville basketball series?
I think it's got to be Tyler Eulis with the
blood.
Yeah, I think that's for me because Carson and I are a little bit younger. I mean,
we're younger,
so we're only talking, a handful of these games, and none of them have been good in the last 5 years, really.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's a pretty fair one. What about you? It has to be a different one.
Yeah, no, I've got two that come to mind. Of course, the first team that I really, really remember was the John Wall team. And, of course, Boogie Cousin comes in the game like first 2 minutes, 3 minutes of the game, grabs a loose ball and slams a Louisville player's head down to the ground. And you already knew what timing Boogie Cousins was on that day. And we went on to win. That was a good one. And then, of course, I think my all-time favorite, I was up in like the rafters watching this game, so it was awesome. When we won in overtime against the team that they had with Jordan Awara, and we had Ashton Hagans, Emmanuel Quickly, Nick Richards, the team that didn't get to play in the tournament, but was really, really freaking good. That team was a lot of fun.
Those were freshman year of college.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I remember that because that team would have been insane in March.
Oh, yeah. Great guard play. I mean, that team was built for March.
So, yeah, that is a good one. It's going to be a fun game. I'd love to see Kentucky just go beat the brakes off them, though. I mean, don't make it – because you're right. Every big game this year, we have kind of gotten in a bit of a hole, and go punch them in the face.
Yeah.
Go punch them in the face and get up 23 to 11 and go into half
keep it going.
Points.
Yeah.
This team, what I love about this Kentucky team, I'm to the point now where they could be down half, and I'm not that stressed out. If they're up 10 at half, and Coach Pope has time to adjust,
up 10 at half, you could turn it off.
that's what seriously, just knowing that you can be up and they can figure out what to adjust is scary. It's really scary.
It's
so
terrifying. I love it.
I'm excited for this game. I really am. So. Carson, give me an MVP. Who's going to be the card killer this year? And give me a score prediction. I'll do the same, and we'll hit it.
Yeah. So I'm going to go. I actually think we hit the century mark this time. I think we're going to play good enough to hit over 100. I think we score 101 points.
Yeah.
And I think Louisville scores 75 points around their season average. And I think it's a 26-point win. And I think your player of the game is going to be I think Jackson Robinson is built for this. I think Jackson Robinson is going to be the player of the game.
I think Otega Owe, and it's not fun to take your leading scorer, but I think Otega Owe is
Otega's a dog. Yeah, he's a dog.
He, to me, is the guy that's, I think, built.
Did you see the journey? How he was just like talking crap the whole time to the Gonzaga.
Yeah,
the Gonzaga player.
I think Otega Owe is built for this ball game. I think he scores 20 plus points. I think he's going to have a big game, and I think he's going to have a couple thunderous slams that gets the folks in Rupp Arena up on their feet.
We definitely need some of those.
I think the Cats win at double digits. I'm going to go 84-71 Kentucky wins this game. I think it might be a game where Louisville kind of hangs around, but it's never like a super close game. Like we're always up by 10, but we'll go up 13, they make a shot to make it 11. We'll go up 14, they'll make a shot to make it 11. We won't score, they'll make it 9. We'll score. Like it's gonna be that type of game where we'll keep it kind of distance the whole time. But I think the Cats win this one. But once again, I would not. I mean, just to say, let's. This is a big game, and let's not act like I think Kentucky's going to win. I do, but I would not be surprised if Louisville came in and we played awful, and it was their.
The only reason I'm picking a quote unquote blowout is because I just think it's the first big game in Rupp. That we're going to have the energy with the team. I feel like the shots are going to fall because of the energy. The defense is going to be better because of the energy. I just think it's setting up for a perfect storm. I mean, I could always be wrong, but I feel like it's going to be a good day on Saturday. I
do too. I really, 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 I think it is too, but I'm just saying, let's not get a massive head about it. All of us fans. This is a big game. We got to show up. We got to be behind our team. We got to play well and hold the crap talk till after the game's over. Mm-hmm. Don't pull bull crap where we're up 9 points and you start crap talking on Twitter. Let's win the game and then make fun of little brother. Let's win the game first.
Everyone dabble in a little NIL beer action, a little NIL bourbon before the game.
We'll go buy a new point guard, baby, for next year. Boom.
Yeah, we don't need one. We more so need no line, but
buy a new O-line. That's what we need. All right, how many of these beers can I buy for Stoops' buyout? If I drink 50 of these, that's a little bit
enough.
Not enough. Is Cam Boff gonna finish your Venmo request for $999,000?
I don't think so. I was hoping if I could get maybe 40 of those type of people that we could make it work, but Cam had never accepted it, unfortunately. Yeah. So go hound him in the comments for that.
Yeah, Cam Boff, pay for Stoops' buyout. We've had enough of you, man. Do your job. Dude gets a big head because he makes the fantasy playoffs, and now Cooper Kupp running cardio all night last night, and now he thinks he can't pay for Stoops' buy.
I'm a big Godfather fan this weekend. I hope he beats Team Gliz. I, again, clinched a bye, 3rd year in a row, Final Four. Back-to-back champion, actually. So maybe again this year we'll get to hang a banner.
Hang a banner. All right.
But, Andrew, you got anything else to wrap us up with?
Yeah, I'm rooting for Team Godfather as well there. Rooting for the Cats tomorrow. Like Carson said, if you hate Louisville and you like Kentucky, you love – actually, no, not like.
Well, actually, I got one more thing before we close.
All right.
It's a special day today, and it's not only because it's 1,448 days since the Cardinals last beat Kentucky. It is a happy birthday to our friend Jackson Hargis. So happy birthday, Hargis. Everyone knows him as Sploosh, but happy birthday, Jackson.
Happy birthday to – I mean, do you have a word to describe him other than the GOAT?
I think that's a good one.
I think the GOAT. Yeah. Jackson, we love you, brother. Have a good birthday. He'll be home for Christmas. We'll see you soon, buddy. Let's win this game tomorrow. I'm going to use a profane if there are any children. Earmuffs. Let's go beat some ass tomorrow. Sorry for cussing. I hope everyone has a great rest of the day. Have a great weekend. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. That really helps the show a ton. And like we said, we will see y'all next week. Boom. See y'all next week.